The murder of 6-year-old John Benet Ramsey captivated the nation, put her family under the microscope, with many speculating that her father, mother, brother, or all three were involved in her killing.
Four sets of remains. Remember, they were found last fall.
A stunning breakthrough in one of Australia's most infamous unsolved crimes, the Wanda Beach murder.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of It Remains to Be Seen out here on Ion Entertainment Network. And as always, here on the left-hand side of your screen, you have your beautiful hostess, Laundrie, and on the right, you have myself, Bob, and it's a bit of an emotional day. I mean, a bit is totally an understatement. But we are here tonight. It's going to kind of go through some news updates about the Gabby Petito case and what's going on out there. Those of you who caught the live stream here or the press conference elsewhere, you have probably seen the expression. I've only heard how the expression was on the agent's face, who was talking to individuals at Grand Teton National Park about the remains that were found, and news report stated that after the coroner came in, about 10 minutes afterward, the search dogs left the area. And so we're going to take a look at a few news headlines. And tonight, what we want to do is to honor Gabby and honor her life. Many of us who are out here in this community, as well as others in the chat and others all around the world, really, we don't know her personally, but we know what we've seen, and we've watched as everything has unfolded over the past several weeks. And many of us have gotten very emotionally involved in this case. I mean, I've been breaking down in tears through the day myself, and Laundrie's been having a hard time with it. A lot of us have. First and foremost, want to state what the media has said. They have said that there is not a 100% confirmation that it is Gabby's remains that were found. There will be an autopsy done on Tuesday. We'll bring the results to you for that. There have been numerous statements around the internet, but I have not seen documentation on it that I've not seen documentation, but numerous individuals have stated that Gabby's father has identified the remains, and that all that remains in order to keep with protocol is for DNA testing to be done. I do not have documented proof of that. I'm just stating what's floating around out there. Please do not take that as fact, because, and welcome back, Queen, and hope you're doing well out there. Working right now. We appreciate you coming out. Really appreciate you coming out. Definitely understand the drain feeling. But we just want to make sure to clarify that. Like I said, Lori had shown me several different posts that stated that Gabby's father had identified her, and but the thing is that there weren't any links provided to documents, and so we don't want to come out and say that that is fact if we don't have something to back it up with. But that is what is floating around out there, in a seemingly large capacity. But first things first, there was something interesting here, and I'm going to switch our scene over here. And
Hey, Cynical Sam.
welcome back, Cynical Sam. How you doing out there? I'm going to bring this up for you all to see. And this is a picture of those who were editing their Red, White, and Bethune. They were editing their videos, and I'm gonna have Lori read this for us. Okay, it looks like the image is out there now, and go on and give us a bit of description as to what we're seeing here. Beautiful.
It's a picture of the little boy. Okay. Sorry, my throat's a little tickly. It's a very big day. I truly believe that Ethan is trying to help us bring Gabby home. He led me to the footage we had from our GoPros, and I found it at 12:05 a.m. on September 19th. Today is September 19th, and Ethan's birthday. He would have turned 17 today. I'm not going to be sad that he isn't here with us because he did the biggest pay it forward thing imaginable. He helped us find footage. I wholeheartedly believe that. I just love the kids so very much. Happy birthday, Ethan. You continue to amaze us even from heaven. That's
Yeah,
just sad.
it is. Welcome, Wild Fox. And totally agree with you. We do not want to come out here and say that something is fact unless we have the documents. I mean, if something's an opinion, we'll state it as such. I'm not going to apologize for my emotions because it's not something to be ashamed of. I think that's one of the big problems with our society is that that stuff is not taken seriously. And we'll talk about that in a little while. The next,
But just think about this. That if something made them look
Yeah.
at the footage,
yeah,
and they happened to see her van,
Yep.
which ultimately led to them finding her.
exactly.
Well, that was a legit needle in the haystack
Yeah.
look for her.
Oh my
Because
gosh,
nobody
was it
knew
ever?
exactly where she was.
Was it ever?
So if it wasn't for them finding that, they'd still be out there looking for Gabby. They basically, well, their information, and that's what really bothers me is when people, like if you share something somewhere and they go, well, why are you sharing that here? Because you
Yeah.
never know. You never know. These people probably never would have thought anything that was happening in their video would have been something that would have found a body of a young girl that happened to be like, information spread like nationwide.
There's
Well, I know it's up here in Canada too, but
there's power in numbers.
you know what I mean?
Sorry, I cut you off there, beautiful.
I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, same here. There's something else that was really interesting that I saw. I'm going to bring this up next. I just need to get my browser over to this page here.
And welcome, Wild Fox.
Okay. Just one moment here, guys, and I'm going to bring up my information page thing here. Okay. So,
No, it wasn't there tonight. That was on the when was the van
27th. I believe it was the 27th.
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
that. Yeah, the 27th. Blah, blah, I can't remember even the time, but I might not have ever known.
Yeah, well, no, somebody had pointed it out here in the chat because I didn't hear about it either, and then I saw it in the timeline, I think. So here we're looking at the Fox News page. that I was reading from earlier, and before it talked about how the body was found. This is something that's really disturbing to me, and others have pointed it out as well. But it says FBI human remains found in Wyoming, likely Gabby Petito. There's a difference between remains and body. We're going to look over here on the right, and if some of you aren't able to see it, I'll read it out. So don't worry. There are some different things here that have been posted. Gabrielle Petito's father, she touched the world, and it says Joseph Petito, the father of Gabby Petito, takes to Twitter after news that a body matching his daughter's description was found in Wyoming. The next one says, remember Gabby, FBI confirms remains in Wyoming, likely missing woman. Okay, as the search continues, I think it kind of cut off there. This is the next thing that we have here. The autopsy is scheduled for body believed to be Gabby Petito. And it says an autopsy for the body believed to be that of Gabby Petito has been scheduled for Tuesday, according to the Teton County Coroner's Office. The body was discovered Sunday at Grand Teton National Park, with the FBI saying the body matched the description for Petito. The investigation is still ongoing, and the body has not been 100% positively identified. Now bear in mind, even if those statements that are floating around online, that Gabby's father did confirm that it was her, again, I haven't seen any documented proof of that. So if I don't see any documented proof, I just, it's hearsay. But even if it's true, it still wouldn't be 100, it wouldn't be 100% positively identified as her until the DNA matching process goes through and all of the procedures are done, and then that would give a 100% match. I'm going to, I don't know if the stream is still going, but shortly after the body was discovered, the police came out and were in front of the Laundrie home. This is live updates. Police are seen outside the Laundrie house hours after a body believed to be Gabby Petito's is found. Digital reporters say they are clearing the area in front of the home. What are they clearing the area for? I don't know. Okay. The Schmidt and Petito family lawyer releases a statement. This happened about 3 hours ago after likely discovery of Gabby Petito. And the statement says, I am making a personal request to members of the press and news media to refrain from contacting the Schmidt and Petito family. Lawyer Richard Benson Stafford said in a statement Sunday, due to today's developments, we are asking the press and news media to have some decorum and sensitivity for Gabby's family and allow them to grieve. I will be in contact with you when Gabby's family is ready to make a public statement. I would also like to personally thank the FBI, the Suffolk County Police Department, the Northport Police Department, and especially the Grand Teton Search and Rescue Team. The statement continues, your tireless work and determination helped bring Gabby home to her parents. The family and I will be forever grateful. The statement comes as authorities located a body believed to be that of Petito Sunday. The investigation is still ongoing, and the cause of death has yet to be determined. We'll probably find that out sometime at Tuesday or after. This is an interesting one down here too. The article states that a rainbow appears near where authorities believe they discovered Gabby Petito's body. And, I can't see very much, but I saw that rainbow there in the picture. You can kind of see it toward the, if your vision's a bit, if it's less than 2020, it's toward the middle. I have it magnified really large on my screen, but like it's back toward the horizon line in the center. So it's literally vertically and horizontally in the center of the screen. There's a rainbow there.
Welcome,
Hello,
Jenna.
Jenna. Thank you for coming out.
Okay. Okay, hold on. We got
Okay.
comments. I don't think we've done any comments
No.
so far.
Can I read this one last thing, because then we'll be done. We'll be done with the page. This is the one that
Okay.
really, again, pisses me off. Brian Laundrie's lawyer issues a statement following the discovery of Gabby Petito's body. And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't sound like a jerk saying that.
It's fine.
It says the Laundrie family's lawyer, Stephen Bertoloni, issued a statement Sunday after the FBI revealed that a body found in Wyoming was likely Gabby Petito. And recall, this is the same state, this is the same lawyer from which the statement came, that they're going to remain in the background, that they're going to remain silent. This statement says, the news about Gabby Petito is heartbreaking. The Laundrie family prays for Gabby and her family. And that's it. That's all the statement says.
Yeah, there's something, that family, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay.
Cynical Sam says energy works in mysterious ways. Queen says, okay, I thought it was in police custody, so that makes sense. I don't know where the van is right
Yeah.
now. I heard that it
No
wasn't in
idea.
police custody anymore, but I'm not sure. So cynical Sam says body has been there since the 27th. Could not even tell what sex the body was. She had a tattoo. Is that part? This is an interesting thing Queen said here. Is that part of the path that the police officer told Brian was a wonderful path to take to where they were going? I guess during the body cam footage, because there was talk about that, about certain
Oh.
paths and stuff. That would be really interesting to find out if that was the same path.
There was a statement, Queen of Hearts says, I heard that they saw her tent there. In one of the articles that I had read, they said that there was a white tent there. I don't know if that was a tent of the authorities or if that was a tent that she was camping in. And let's see, Cynical Sam says she was found in this Spread Creek campground area, Wyoming. And Jenna Cross, is anyone listening to the police scanner? Lori was actually listening to the police scanner earlier, and it said that there was, didn't you say it said that there was someone taken into custody? It didn't give specifics, though, right?
Yeah, no, I never said anything, and it was in Venice,
Yeah, Venice, Florida.
Florida.
You got it. You got it.
Trust me, guys, I'll butcher a name any way you slice it. It's the truth. I can't help. I can't help how I am.
Yeah, I'm not perfect with names either, so don't worry. Zero Zone says Brian was an ethnic Jew. You know,
Oh,
he killed an Aryan girl. Let's see. In a chat room, someone recognized the tent. Ah, I see. There's definitely some. This world's getting crazier and crazier. That's all I can say. I know I've definitely been very emotional through the day over all of this. Okay. Um,
So now that we know this is most likely Gabby, how does that change how everybody feels about what happened? Yeah, I know. We heard that too, Jenna, but I don't know. Nothing has been said. And if it was Brian, you know damn well that media would be all over it. Oh my God, Zero Zone, go away.
yeah, I don't know anything about that. Um, I really don't. Um, let me see. Thing is, guys, is that we're trying to provide a safe place here, and in keeping such, you know, I don't know the background there. Don't know any of anything proving the racial background or anything. All that I'm seeing is that you know this boyfriend left his girlfriend and took her van, went home and wouldn't talk to anybody. Um, it has to do with him being a narcissist and her um, being an empath.
Okay, whoa, wait, hold on here. Let's stop for a second.
Hmm.
I just had a thought. Okay, so when did what's his pickle go hiking, hitchhiking?
That was around the time of the 27th, between the no 29th. I think that TikTok video said that they saw him on the 29th.
Okay, listen to me. Was it the
Hmm.
29th? I don't know. I can't remember. But whatever it was, it's got to be in a timeline somewhere. I'll come across it, I'm sure. But say it was the 29th, and say because he was hitchhiking, so I assume she was already dead by then.
Yeah, they from my
And he had to go get where. So I wonder where they dropped him off, how far away it was to where Gabby's van was found. And I know her body was found relatively close to where the van was.
yeah.
I think basically, what it looks like to me from what I saw when I was watching. It'll come to me at some point. But I was watching a YouTuber and he was mapping it all out. So mean, allegedly. The
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
should
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Um, he had it all mapped out where the um, van was and where the tent was around where they found Gabby. And it kind of looked like it was like, you could probably spot the van from a distance. You know what I mean? Like it was probably with an eye shot of where they were, which, if that's the case, that was on the 27th when they saw the van there. Why would he be there, go back there? Or, oh, and there were also flip flops outside of the van and what appeared to be a book, a phone, and something else,
It's very heartbreaking.
which might have indicated that there were people there.
Um, Something that I'd like to say on this, and Queen of Hearts has mentioned it as well. Um, through about 11 months in 2019, um, I was um, I was in a second marriage, and there's a long story behind that. I won't get into that out here. But I had to get into counseling because I felt like I was going crazy. Um, there are people who have commented saying that Gabby appeared to be mentally unstable. I will tell you from my personal experience going through what I went through in 2019. I was mentally unstable. Um, Gaslighting is a term that's used. It's something that people who exhibit narcissistic characteristics do to people, and it's a way in which they make a person think that they're going crazy. they change their events. I mean, it could be something like, you set your keys down on a table, they take the keys and move them somewhere else, and you say, well, I don't know where my keys are, I set them on the table, and then the person says, no, you set them over on the desk. And the person says, but I thought I set them. No, you set them on the desk. And it's a mental, I mean, the best way that I've been able to describe it to people, it's as though, if you take a rubber band and you stretch it out, right? And you get it to the point where it's like about to snap, and then you release, and you get it to the point where it's about to snap and release, and every time that you do that, that rubber band does not maintain the same, it does not maintain the same, what's the word I'm looking for? It changes its composure. And when you are mentally beaten down like that over and over again, you're going to appear to be mentally unstable because, in the social media pictures and crap, you can be all happy and looking all happy. I did the same freaking crap. And I posted pictures, and, I had put my heart into that woman who I was devoted to, and it was a freaking fake situation. And it messes you up. And it will, people will think that you're mentally unstable, and really, you don't know whether you're coming or going because your mind has been so screwed up by all of these antics of gaslighting, and they'll do things like you could try to talk to them. They'll say, well, I want you to talk to me about your feelings, and some of them, when you talk to them about your feelings, they use that to look for vulnerable points in which to kind of prod their way in and stuff. And the thing is that, in my opinion, and that's what this is. I'm not out here to argue, but from what I went through and I remember how I was, I mean, I was on pins and needles all the time. I felt like I was walking on eggshells. And it took a long time to get over that crap because I came out of a very narcissistic religious background as well. It messes the crap out of your head, guys. I don't think that, personally, she was mentally unstable. I think her mind had been screwed with so freaking much that she was put in a really bad place. That's my humble opinion from my experience. And I really think that mental health needs to be taken more seriously. People in law enforcement are generally taught to look for like signs of physical abuse and things like that, but I don't believe that they are taught to look for, the signs of mental. And the thing is that in the situation that I was in, I guarantee you that with everything that I was going through, that my ex was trying to push me to hit her. And I have a clean record. I teach my boys, you don't lay your hands on a woman to hurt her. You respect, the woman you're with, or, a woman in general. Like, they're not inferior. Women are not inferior. But you certainly don't lay your hands on them to hurt them. But I feel that she was trying to push me to do something so that she would have a legitimate reason to leave. Because the reason why she left was not legitimate. But I'm thankful that it's over, and I'm thankful she's gone. But it can cause you to get to a breaking point when your head is messed with so freaking much. And, that's just my humble opinion for what it's worth, guys. But I think that, as hard as it is, that not only should signs of physical abuse be looked for, but also signs of mental abuse, because it can get you to a breaking point. As a man, in society, it's like, I've talked to others, and they feel like, that we're supposed to be machines, and we're not allowed to cry, and this and that, and that we shouldn't be reaching out for counseling. It got so bad in my head, guys, that I reached out and I talked to my doctor to talk to a counselor because it got that bad. And it, yeah.
Hold on 2 seconds. I just want to address Legend of Society. Yeah, I will address it in 2 seconds.
I'm done.
I'm done. Talking.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, so basically, I'm just going to sum up what they're saying. So basically, the thing is they're trying to say is Abby was the aggressor because that's what the people said when the witnesses said there when they were back at that Moonflower shop. is that she was the aggressor, and but Brian, they got into a second fight or something, or another fight, and maybe he kind of pushed her off of him or whatever. Like, he had said that he had done the first time round, and maybe pushed her too hard and she fell and hit her head or whatever. Pushed too hard, causing her to fall and hit her head. Does anyone agree with his statement? I mean, I actually was on the fence with this exact thing, Legend. I caught that too, that they were saying she was the aggressor, and I kind of got that impression also from what she was saying, because she was saying she did this, she did that, she did whatever. And then I watched it the second time, and I'm thinking, like, something ain't right with this. She could probably, maybe she was the aggressor. Maybe that's just, she'd get kind of physical when she would be upset or something. That's very possible.
It's and it's okay to have our opinions, right? I mean, I have mine, and we can agree to disagree on our opinions and still be kind about it. There are people out there. Oh my gosh! I mean, you know, I don't know if the statement was made about us, but there was a comment on an earlier video about people popping their mouths off without knowing the facts. The thing is that I don't know the facts when it comes to Brian, but I'm looking at the behavior, and the behavior is extremely suspicious, and it continued to get more and more suspicious. It's
Also, too, I want to point out, Legend, that it's been stated from a friend of hers that Gabby had to go stay at her place 9 or 10 times because of a fight that she would have with Brian, where he was in an episode. What does that mean in an episode? What is he capable of in this episode? So that kind of changed my thinking too. I was like, maybe he did do this, and he was too nice during that traffic stop. Yes, he was nervous and a bit jittery, but he was too nice to those cops. Like, talk about kissing ass.
yeah, that's.
And he also said she was crazy, but jokingly, because the cop had asked if he was on medication, and then they beeped it out so nobody could hear. And then the cop asked if she was on medication, and Brian had responded with, her? No, she's crazy or something like that. And he said, oh, I'm just joking.
But see, that's a hard thing to tell too, because in those abusive situations, I'm just joking is a phrase that's commonly thrown out there. It's the thing is, for me personally, when I was listening to her, it reminded me of me when I was going through 2019, and where I was at, and you'll mentally get pushed to a point, and I mean it's messed up.
Yeah, I agree. Cynical Sam. She was not pushed off a cliff. She was found in a flat area. Unless she killed herself, which is a possibility too. In which case, I will publicly say I'm sorry to Brian and the Laundrie family for what had happened and things I said. But the fact that he isn't talking, and that's what pisses everybody off. It's not the fact that he came back with the van without Gabby. It's not the fact that, up until today, everything else had happened. It was the fact he never said shit. Like, he didn't give anybody any kind of idea
No.
as to where she could be. And obviously the parents know. So, I mean, I don't know. So wait, hold on here. We got something happening in chat. Legend says, no, Queen, don't mistake me. I'm not saying that he is in the right. He is doing a fuck ton of dumb and terrible moves. But what I think led her to Her demise was her actions toward him. Cynical Sam, sorry, I have no idea. Laughing Hawk said, oh, hey, Laughing
Welcome,
Hawk.
Laughing Hawk.
I think they were in a toxic relationship trying to make it work. And then it escalated. Yeah. And then Cynical Sam says, so what you're saying is it's okay for a guy to kill a girl if she is violent, but, oh wait, she was 90 pounds.
The other, oops.
I assume autopsy results will be sped up on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
wouldn't doubt that either.
Yeah, no kidding. No, she did not kill herself. Do you see her blog? It's excellent. She was very talented and he didn't like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if it came back as suicide. Maybe it was just staged really good. Queen said to Legend, I get what you're saying, but yeah, just like he said, mentally, you get to a point where you just can't and shouldn't
Yeah,
deal with it. I
it
completely
does.
get
It does
that.
get that bad. I speak from experience. I mean, I got out of therapy at one clinic. I just completed the therapy there, and I need to find a therapist who's going to, be able to help to dig deeper into it, because not only am I dealing with that, but I'm dealing with another ongoing situation from outside of the home that I am doing my best to distance myself from as much as I possibly can. I won't get into that out here, but it messes with your head. It will stretch you if and no disrespect to anybody, because I'm not trying to talk down to anybody out there, but if you've never been through it, and if you've never been through it, then I'm very grateful, for that for you, because if you've never been through it, it stretches you mentally and emotionally in ways that you never thought that you could be pulled and stretched. It screws the crap out of your head, like big time.
Hey, Slinky.
So but one thing, I think it was Queen of Hearts was talking about the blog. I haven't seen the blog. I have the video, and what I was talking with Lori about doing tonight was because one of the things that was consistent in both Gabby's and Brian's statements that they gave to the officer in that body cam footage was that Brian felt very little about what she was doing. He referred to his he referred to it as she's working on her little website. To her, it was a big thing, and in relationships, couples are going to have different projects that they work on and stuff. And the, the thing is to minimize it like that when it was so big to her. In my humble opinion, you don't trample down someone's dream. You stand by them and you support them as best as you can. You don't try to take the dream away from them, but you try to support them. I mean, that's what you do in relationships. Like, shoot, I love roller coasters. Lori doesn't, so she's got to ride roller coasters with me. No, not really, not really. Um, but there, you know, there's a give and take in relationships, and no relationship is perfect. But um, and that Miss Slinky Moon, and welcome back. It's good to see you out here again too. It was her van. He should have taken a walk. I agree with that. But one of the things that I wanted to do tonight that Lori and I had talked about is I have the video queued up, um, the solo video out on Nomadic Static that I'm sure she's probably the one who did all the work on. By the look of things, and I wanted to play that out here for us tonight. It's about 8 minutes long, but to play it out here tonight because that was something that she wanted to build. That was a dream of hers. She didn't get the support that she should have had. I mean, it's one thing if somebody's not into something like that, but you can still support, a person's dream. It wasn't something that was going to hurt her or hurt anybody else. But to minimize it like that, you know, um, I mean, with Lori and I won't get into detail. That we'll save that for another show. But like, our relationship isn't perfect. Um, I'm not perfect. and it's a constant growing process. But she she had this dream of growing a YouTube channel, and she's been working hard on it. And I love being able to help her, and it's all about finding a balance in the relationship. But if there's somebody with a motive and they want to control, like the statement that Gabby's friend made about her ID being taken when she wanted to go line dancing, that's wrong. But right now, if wherever he is, Brian still, until there is direct evidence connecting him to the case, he is still a person of interest. He still doesn't have to talk. He can exercise his, his rights, his constitutional rights, and not talk. And it seems unfair with everything that's gone on. Seems very unfair. But until there's evidence directly connecting him to that case, that's where it stands according to the legal process. My personal opinion, his behavior. There was and I'm sorry for talking so much. There was an article, little bit of on the page that I showed earlier, where it was talking about how one of the neighbors said that when he came home on the 1st, he acted like life was normal. He was out mowing the lawn. He was riding his bike with his mom. He acted like life was totally normal. I can only imagine. So, I'm sorry, hun.
Brian was 37.
I thought he was 23. But I could be wrong on that. Right, Laughing Hawk. They still can't charge him with anything if he says he left her out there. Nope, they can't. They can't.
Oh, so you can just leave somebody someplace? And
Unfortunately, yeah. Even though it was her van. Now that may be different in some other states, but there, even with her van,
she might not have even realized she was in a toxic relationship either. Sometimes that dream to want to have the perfect relationship and keep giving the person chances and chances and chances is far bigger than what's really in front of you. And I mean, I was in an abusive relationship for 3 years to the point where I almost was killed. And my son was almost killed. And I probably, I didn't know I was in that kind of relationship until like a year and a half in. I understood that he was hitting me and stuff like that, but I had it in my head. No, wait, hold on a second. No, I don't want this to end. He's going to be better. He'll change. He'll do this. We had a baby now. He'll change. No, it doesn't ever work. So she might not have been aware. Or was naive.
So from what I understand, in response to the Queen of Hearts, from what I understand, they were like friends in elementary school, and they reconnected when she was 18, I believe. Let's see, Brian was born on November 18th, 1997. But it's welcome, Sam Fitz, and thanks for coming out. A year older than my youngest child. That's another thing. What if she was pregnant?
I thought of that too.
Yep.
I mean, what if she was?
His birthday was Miss Lanky Moon said that his birthday was listed as 84. Someone doxed him. She was from New York. Family was from Long Island, New York. At a young age, it's very difficult to gauge what is right or wrong in a relationship if you're still new to long-term relationships. That's the thing. One of my goals as a dad, more and more over the years, is to try to help my boys to build, emotional intelligence and help them to learn how people operate and, how, what ways are right and what ways are wrong to treat people. My oldest son comes and talks to me about everything. He tells me about things with his friends, and so I just start telling him, I'm not trying to judge your friends or anything, but look for this. Look at this behavior. And we talk about these things because I don't, I mean, I didn't have that kind of talking to when I was a kid. And I don't blame anybody when I was a kid for it. But I want my boys to grow up with a better sense of things. Ultimately they're going to make their own decisions one way or the other. And unfortunately, love can be blinding. And so, like, I get double blinded when it comes to love. I got the physical, and I got the emotional. I'm double blind. Physical blindness and the emotional blindness. And like Lori said, we start to make excuses. When I was going through the crap I was going through, my excuses were, well, she's just tired. She's tired, and this is maybe how she behaves when she was tired. But inside, there was like this twisting feeling in my gut, like something is wrong here, something is wrong here. But I kept making excuses. So,
Oh, I think there's going to be a lot more that comes out about this whole thing. I mean, and it's going to probably blow us all away when everything is
I
said and
don't
done.
doubt it. I don't doubt it. Let's see. Queen said, my youngest boy is a vegan chef. He has a tattoo of the same finger as me. We all. Oh wait, is that on? Has a tattoo on? Okay, sorry. On the same finger as me. We all do. His is the. Oh, that's awesome. I was wondering about your name. That's really cool. Did you guys see that their trip was supposed to end on Halloween? Yeah, I had mentioned that yesterday in that picture on Instagram. I had wondered about that. Let's see. D&M West. She was so pretty, but she was covering for him something. The thing is, though, is that, in my opinion, again, in mentally abusive relationships, and granted, it's been stated that they've had their fights and stuff, but when you're being mentally abused, I mean, you'll cover for them. You make up tons of excuses because you don't want to see the reality of it. But what do you think? You want me to play the video that she had wanted to work on for her channel?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this is gonna be about 8 minutes long. Just 1 second here, because we wanna honor her, And let me find this here. Sorry, guys, because I have so much stuff in this OBS thing. That okay, where are we at here? It's my Windows share at screen audio. 1 moment.
Also, welcome D&M West.
Yeah, welcome. Oh, duh! I have to switch scenes. Boom.
Yeah,
Here we go. Now we're over here.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna mute.
Well, you don't have to just yet, but let's say, I won't be able to watch the chat while this is going on. But you guys, feel free to keep on chatting. But I'm going to mute as this plays. This was her first and only YouTube video that she worked on. I mean, she got a drone so that she could take, footage of the van the way that you see it there. I mean, and then to be told her little website, Okay, so I'm going to turn on the audio output capture now, and I'll mute as well. And let's watch this together, guys.
Gabby Petito never goes outside. and good morning. It is really nice and sunny today. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but it rained all afternoon yesterday. Oh my God! The tent is just coming in on me. The wind is so bad. I've just been sitting here like this for a while. So, me and Brian just got up and got ready, made the bed in the tent, set up. I think our plan for today is to just hang out here in the tent. Brian's stretching, doing some morning yoga. That's cool.
That worked out well.
Alright. So I'm gonna make some yogurt. Looking to steal some of his granola. All the chocolate melted.
I know, it's a river of chocolate. Be cautious.
You can't keep chocolate in Utah. Not in July. Or in a clear plastic container
Yeah.
that is always in the sun.
I was in the tent this morning, and that's why.
I love the band.
So, we are right outside Capitol Reef right now in a free dispersed camp spot, and we've been lucky so far at all the places we've stayed, but I'd say this is one of the best so far. Since we left New York, I've only set up my hammock once, and now we're all the way in Utah, and luckily enough I was able to set up my hammock in one of these trees.
And we're kind of like in the desert.
Very few trees.
Okay, I'm going to get this audio output source off so that, there we go. Okay, beautiful. So, it's off. I wonder if she had to step away for a minute as this was going, but I'm sure she'll be back here shortly. But as you can see in that, you know, she was just a free spirit. Like Laughing Hawk said there in the chat, you know, she wanted to have a YouTube channel dedicated to van life, and uh-oh, I think I may have gotten a message. Okay,
Hello.
so that wasn't you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that may have been you that messaged me there.
No.
Okay. So, you know, she had a passion for what she was doing. She really loved what she was doing, and you could tell that. The point of the video, that was, you know, part of tonight was just, you know, honoring Gabby's life, and that video was the solo YouTube video of hers that was put out on the channel Nomadic Static, and you know, her creation wasn't appreciated by the person who she was, um, you know, who she was closest with, and she was really good at what she did. Um, yeah, it was a beautiful video. Um, she
I
was
agree, laughing. I don't think it's ever going to get to court.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Um, that's the thing. Like the phones and webcams, like what's being stated out there in the chat. I mean, shoot, I use my phone for so much stuff. I take a lot of pictures of my boys when we're out. We go swimming and stuff like that. Not as many anymore because they don't like to have their picture taken as much since they've gotten older. But I look through my Facebook memories and I see these videos before their voices deepened and everything, and I'm like, holy crap, where did all that time go? You know. Um. Yeah, and that was what I was hoping for in Laundrie too. Queen of Hearts is just focusing on her life. You know, that video is out there. Um, unless YouTube shuts down, which I don't foresee happening, you know, it's staying out there. You can go out there to that channel and watch that and see the like joy that she had for life and everything. And yeah, it's a really sad situation. But
I don't think that's very nice to say, D and M West.
yeah, what did I miss something?
This is so boring, and it's sad, and I think we'll find him dead somewhere. But this,
Yeah, that's it's not very kind. I mean, I'm not sure the way it was meant to be taken, but the way that it's read, you know, it's. I always try to be, try to look at things in textual interpretation, um, but did it take them until Friday to report him missing? You know, that's a good question. I mean, a lot of us have been wondering about that too. And Queen of Hearts says they look um, so much like my eldest daughter and her husband, except they are 5'11" and 6'8".
what if he took his dad with him back to Salt Lake?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
And it wasn't so much a matter of keeping, because you think about this, how else would he have gotten back to Florida in such a short amount of time? He would have had to have driven a hell of a lot.
Oh, Jenna, if you're still here and see this, thanks for coming out. Actually, the host is there is Lori, and my name is Bob, and we appreciate you coming out and giving your time um, to watch and spend time with us. It definitely means a lot.
And please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to the letter here. And if you have, thank you.
Laughing Hawk says, anyway, any which way, there is no such thing as closure. I can agree with that in a sense because when a person is gone, you have to go on the rest of your life without that person's presence there. I mean, my grandmother, who was my best friend growing up, and she passed away back shortly before I was taken into foster care in 2000. and every day. I still remember her phone number, and I wish I could call and hear her pick up, but doesn't.
Take
It's not
care,
gonna happen.
John.
Yeah, you have a good night, Jenna.
If you're still here, we do a morning. I do a morning show, and then we do the evening show. I do my morning show at 10 a.m. Pacific, and this is at 8 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
8 p.m. Pacific. Maybe
So
he took her phone, Queen.
that's well, that wouldn't be the first time because if you remember, that incident outside of the Moonflower, I think there was the phone came in as a part of the argument. Um, it,
If he was as controlling as they say, maybe he didn't let her have her phone when he went back to Florida. Is there I was going to say that wrong. Is there confirmation that he indeed did go back to Florida, or is that just hearsay?
that he went back to Florida.
Yeah. Is there proof he was in
I
Florida?
don't know whether that was confirmed or not. Queen of Hearts said, "Why did she not work on her vlog while she was in a hotel?" Well, the thing is my thought on that, and just take it for just that, is that she had mentioned, that Brian was generally the one who drove the van. Um, and I don't have any proof on this. This is just my thinking process because in my mind it seems like there was some mental abuse going on there. And what if she was gaslighted to get it to where she was thinking that she was a bad driver and that she couldn't drive like him? And I don't know. Um, yeah, I did hear about her having pizza delivered there by her dad, Queen of Hearts, and but it seemed like she she didn't drive the van much. Um, let's see. How about that coincidence with the two women who were killed out there by a creeper, and then all being in the same area? Yeah, we've wondered about that too, and so far from everything that I've seen, they've stated that there isn't a connection there as of right now.
Guaranteed now that Gabby's dead, I guarantee they're going to be looking into that case a little bit clearer, like harder. Like what
Right.
happened? Like that is a coincidence to have. Well, what's the distance from where that happened in Moab to where she was found? Does anybody know?
Here I can find out if my smart speaker listens to me. Alexa, what is the distance from Moab, Utah to Grand Teton National Park?
I found a Grand Teton National Park. It is 686.6 miles away on Highway 89 in Moose.
I don't think. Okay. Alexa, what is the distance from Moab, Utah to Grand Teton National Park?
I found a Grand Teton National Park.
I don't think that.
It
Alexa.
is 686.6
Alexa.
miles away on.
Stop. Let me just Google this here.
Oh, I never heard that laughing. He said police confirmed he wasn't involved.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's
You were
8.
super homophobic? Wait, whoa. Who said that, Queen? Okay, what was that about? Sure.
No, you're good. So it's an 8-hour and 15-minute drive from Moab, Utah. It's about 490.3 miles via US 6. Alexa,
How many
400,
hours?
490
Finding
miles.
some
Alexa,
recipes.
no, 490 miles to kilometers.
490 miles is about 789 kilometers.
So roughly 780 kilometers. It's 8 hours and 15 minutes away.
It's still like, if you compare it to the size of the United States, I mean, it's pretty close. That's a pretty close vicinity.
Um,
I didn't hear that she had pizza delivered. I never knew that.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Dennis. Yeah, Alexa was definitely not on my side on that one. Yeah, Alexa definitely being a bad girl. You know what? I remember asking a question one time, and I got like the most basic answer. I can't remember what the question was, but basically the answer was, "It is a cardboard box," and the question was like nothing related to. Gotta love our smart devices, right? But we did want to take time to honor her life tonight and her work that wasn't appreciated by the one who was closest to her. Um, and again, in my humble opinion, I really think that signs of, you know, mental abuse in a relationship should also be looked for on top of signs of physical abuse, because oftentimes the things that happen up here and here in the heart, they do much more damage to us than any physical beating could ever do.
That is very true.
As the Queen of Hearts says, okay, I don't know for sure, but that is something that was on one of his blogs. I wonder if it was on Instagram. I'll have to look through his Instagram. Some of the captions out there, in my opinion, were very dark, like very, very anti-human. Let's see. I didn't look at the screen when that was read. Do I? Cannot. Oh, so I cannot confirm. Yeah, on his Instagram, it could be. It could be out there. There are a lot of captions to read through, but it could be out there. Queen of Hearts, Laughing Hawk says, if that wasn't his blogs, the news would have picked up on that fast. There are hundreds of thousands of people watching. Yeah, that's true. But his stuff is very dark, though. But then there's that fake account that came out, that was supposedly his backup account that had an extra underscore at the end of it. Let's see. There were trolls that will say stuff like that and pretend to be in the case. Yeah, there's so much out there. So much out there. One of his class friends, according to what Laughing Hawk says here, said you have to know him to understand him, and his art is dark. Now they are saying Brian left a note. I'm looking for confirmation, Laughing Hawk says. Queen of Hearts, it's Laughing Hawk. I heard it several times, but I can't be sure. We also have to take these people's words with a grain. Yeah, it's just like the thing that we mentioned in the beginning here. You still out there, beautiful?
Yeah, sorry. Wait, hold on a second. Did anybody hear anything about this? This is like 45 minutes ago. I don't know how accurate this is, and I'm gonna send it to you though.
Okay. Let me bring up our messenger conversation. Something that maybe I could put up on screen, perhaps, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently in St. Augustine, Florida, somebody had a possible sighting of Brian.
I'm just waiting for this to load. Just one moment here. Now, and this is the picture that they
Yeah.
Okay. Let me save this, and then I'll bring this up on Where did you see this at?
And what happened to Gabby Petito?
What happened to Gabby Petito? Okay. Just 1 second. I'm going to
I don't know if this is true, guys, but I
Right.
thought this
Right.
was kind of interesting.
Let's
You
see.
got other people's take on. If nothing else, I mean, my God, there seems to be a lot of people that do resemble him.
I'm going to switch this over to this other scene. And let me change out the image. I think I have an image on here somewhere. Here we are. Okay. let me go and navigate here to this other image. This may not show. This may not show up where.
Somebody said I have goosebumps on my goosebumps.
Huh.
Yeah, like, wouldn't it be crazy if that was him just, like, nonchalantly doing whatever, not really mattering?
Now let's see here. Bring that up. Okay, so there's the image right there. That was from the Where's Gabby Petito Facebook group. It's hard to say. There's no evidence to back this up. Is I don't think there are any signs or anything in that picture, are there?
No, she said, okay, this is the thing that was just said 4 minutes ago. She didn't say she saw him in St. Augustine. She said she saw a guy that resembled him and took some pics of the guy. But she put the pictures of the guy side by side with Brian. She was asking people what they thought and should she contact the FBI. Some people said yes, and the guy looked like him, and others said no, it wasn't him. Some people told her to turn the tip into the FBI, so you shouldn't say she actually saw him. She wasn't sure.
Okay.
But damn, that's a big resemblance, is all I'm saying.
I'm going to bring that picture down.
Wow.
And
It would be shocking to see this.
there we go, back to the main scene. Yeah, it's really crazy. That's pretty far from Sarasota, Tampa area. Laughing Hawk says, I think the autopsy is going to say a lot. Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one.
Well, so after they do the autopsy, would they release the cause of death to the public?
I believe so at some point. I don't know the protocol there. I'm guessing that would be released first to the family and then to the public.
I think once the case turns from a missing persons to a homicide, I think they have other things they can do. Isn't that true?
Say
Like
that one.
more force they can put on Brian if he stays still alive.
Yeah.
They can change him to a suspect, or they can,
The thing that gets me is that the article shifted from saying that the body was found to remains were found, and there's a different meaning to those words. So it's a hard telling. We'll definitely find out and report back on that as soon as we have information. Laughing Hawk, hope you have a good night. I've got to go, but hope you guys have a wonderful night. Say a prayer for both families. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Queen of Hearts says seeing that video kind of changes my view. I think that he is probably devastated. I don't think he meant to do it. I think he wanted to teach her a lesson. I can't see any of the visual cues in any of those things, unfortunately, because my vision is next to nothing. But it's just a tragic situation, whatever way you look at it. And hopefully
I agree, Queen.
hopefully we have some answers. It is. It's really sad.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if he isn't alive, that they may not have the full story as to what happened with Gabby, but they may be able to get some of the story, and they would have access to their phones, I'm sure.
Right.
I assume the reason why they don't have access to their phones is because that's what Brian's family wanted at that point. I don't know. He said he didn't have one or something. I don't know. All these people saying one thing and meaning another.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And that's why we're trying to distinguish that so that everything is, stated correctly. And man, in things like this, it can be difficult. Like with Summer's case. My gosh, Miss Slinky Moon says, so he left her as a lesson and didn't mean to, and she died where he left her. That's a pretty narcissistic lesson. My thing is that report from the neighbor about how he was home and he was mowing the lawn and just doing his daily things. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, Queen of Hearts. That's another one. And then Michael Vaughn, who's been missing since July 27th. And then was it Jelani Day? I mean, it's... Just one second, I have a hand on my shoulder, guys. Yes? Yes. So... I don't have anything further to add, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I mean, it's crazy and sad, and condolences to the Schmidt Petito family.
Yeah. Condolences, prayers, just positive thoughts, everything. Just keep it going their way. But, Miss Linky Moon said, Savior Harrison, too. All these kids. I haven't even heard of Savior Harrison. I'll have to look into that case as well. Thank you for mentioning that. There's definitely just the world's so much craziness out there.
For sure.
But yeah, let's definitely keep our thoughts and prayers with these families, and you know, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just
And, you know, I'm going to say this because it is what it is. And I hope to the Laundrie family that they find Brian and that he truly is missing. Like, that they find him, that it's not just a hoax, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
And everything else, so that you guys can have closure, and so that Gabby's family could possibly have some closure as well. I don't know. I'm so pissed off at that family.
I am too, and even if they were exercising their rights, they could have at least told the parents if they were looking in the wrong place or something, you know.
I think the outcome would have been the same, but
yeah.
I mean,
I'm hoping
she had
that
to have been there at least since the first.
well, and the temperatures out there, from what locals have said, and according to one article, at night they're below freezing.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, just thoughts and prayers, and hopefully we have answers soon.
Hopefully. Well, 7 what?
Queen has 7.
Grandbaby. Crap.
Yeah, we definitely
All right.
need to be watching over our kids, and you know, keeping an eye out for others. You know, I mean, there are a lot of parents who let their kids do whatever. I have bounds for mine, and we have some rules over here for when they're outside playing. Even though we're in an apartment complex that's off of the road, you just never know. So anyway,
Don't
that's
forget
that.
to tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific to check out the show I have yet to name. And I will discuss the recap of what happened throughout the night, or what we talked about kind of tonight, and then tell you what all went on, and that throughout the night, if anything went on throughout the night. And yeah, we talk about some other stuff, and
I just want to say really quick. Queen of Hearts says love to you all. Thank you, Lori and Bob. I'm sorry if I said anything. No, you are totally fine. You are totally fine, Queen of Hearts. My heart is just so involved. I can't help it. No, I totally get it. You didn't, you know, I mean, in cases like this, like, we have speculations out there and we don't know. You're coming at it from a tender-hearted, caring perspective, and that's what we need, So,
Oh, hey Bob.
yeah.
Guess what?
Well,
I
hun,
finally got my New Year's wish.
you got your hug.
Oh, was it a hug? Oh no, because he told me that he loved me
Oh,
today.
oh. Well,
Isn't that
that's
more than a
still
hug?
that's really awesome. I'm really glad to hear that.
You guys are questioning what I'm talking about. My 16-year-old, he's at that stage where mom is, ew, gross, go away. And all I wanted for New Year's was apparently a hug. I thought it was him telling me he loved me,
I think that was part of it.
um, and he wouldn't do it. So he finally said tonight. How many months has that been? I've
Oh
been
my
slow
gosh,
about that boy.
that's about over 9 months.
And you guys probably can
8
hear
months, I
him in
think.
the background.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I have to start a hashtag for Jesse.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the baby of 10. I have 5 kids and 6 grandgirlies and 1 grandboy.
Oh wow, busy, busy.
I have no grandbabies, and I'm happy with that because that just scares the crap out of me.
But so glad that you got out of that situation that you talked about earlier,
Oh
Queen.
yeah, definitely.
So glad you got out of that. And
All
yeah,
right, let's close and shut this down.
yep,
It's been a
wrap it
long
up.
day, a lot of times online,
Oh my gosh,
and
has it ever? Um,
I'm tired.
yeah, same. I still have some assignments to do too.
Oh jeez.
So, but again, want to make sure before going off of here to let you all know that we appreciate you. We appreciate your time and your interaction, and there are tons of channels out here, and we appreciate you coming to ours, and we really appreciate you interacting with us, and you do matter to us, and so thank you for being a part of what we do out here. We really
Yes,
do. Thank you for it.
definitely. What he said, I
And
agree completely.
so with that, you all have a very good morning, noon, or night, wherever you are, and we will see you next time. So,
See you in the morning, guys.
bye for now, guys.